So we're joined with Tania, and we're going to be talking about Jamboard. Tania, tell me, what did you know about Jamboard before you started using it in your lessons?
Not very much. So I had used Jamboards last year, and I think I used it once and then stopped using it. And then when I started the cluster group, I thought I'd give it another go. And I think seeing the other two people use Jamboards as well really helped me. And I attended your session on Jamboards. And I realized that there were so many things you could do with Jamboards that I just had no idea. And now I use Jamboards all the time. So I either use them as a large group, I'll show them the Jamboard, show my learners the Jamboard, or I'll put them in breakout rooms and they all have a go at doing the Jamboards on their own. And the learners just seem to be so adaptable as well. You know, it's only the odd learner who can't get on a Jamboard or who has trouble with breakout rooms, but they've all been able to get on and use Jamboards, and I think they quite like the fact that they can move things around. They can take a little bit of responsibility rather than me doing everything, me leading the discussion. So I think my learners have taken to it really well, considering we're on really short courses. And I'm introducing Jamboards and breakout rooms right from the word go.
That's fantastic. Well, actually, that leads into sort of my next point. How would you describe the learning curve for both using Jamboard yourself and for your learners using Jamboard?
The learning curve for me has been gradual. So I feel like when I had the training session with you, you showed so many different ways to use Jamboards. So I've just picked one or two ideas and I've stuck with them. I'll probably develop them as I go along. So I feel like my learning curve is gradual, and I'll start adding more things to it as I become more and more comfortable. And I think for my learners, some of them have used Jamboards before if they've been in a class with someone else, but on the whole, the majority of them haven't. And as long as I explain it well, and I find that my learners tend to really support each other. You know, if somebody else is struggling, somebody else will support them, and I'll support them. So I think yeah. And by session 2, session 3, they know to expect a Jamboard.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's a variety of ways that Jamboards could be used, from simple presentation where you pre-populate them and you make a set of slides, to sort of assessment for learning tools where you get learners to use it as almost like a mini whiteboard, but could be done remotely. Do you feel that every week when you use it, you're using it in the same way, or do you feel that you use it for different?
I'm using it more or less as a whiteboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm getting the learners to populate it. So I probably will need another session with you, James, just to go through a few different ways. So yeah, I'm using it as a whiteboard.
Fantastic. Well, that ties into the last point then, which is I'm actually going to be making a how-to video, which will show how to create a Jamboard and then a few examples of what you could do with the Jamboard. So if you, like Tania, would like to brush up on some Jamboard skills, you can watch that in the next video that's coming out later. Thank you very much, Tania. I really appreciate your insight into Jamboards, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime.
Okay, thanks.